Happy Thursday, everybody! Today we're going to learn about the volume of a sphere, and this is the third and final thing about volume I'm going to teach you this week. Next week we will probably do some composite volume and some application of volume to real life. So what we're going to learn today is what we call the volume of a sphere. And all a sphere is, as you see a picture of a sphere in the upper right-hand side of the page, is a sphere is a set of all points in a space that are a given distance from a given point. So again, if you look up at that upper right-hand side, you can see in the center, that would be your given point, and the given distance is the radius. All right, so there's spheres all around us in the world. Of course, the Earth itself, and the moon, and the sun, and all of our planets are spheres. A basketball and any other kind of ball that you use in sports other than a football is going to be a sphere. A marble is a sphere. Even that picture of my dog's eye, the eye is a sphere. So spheres come in many sizes and are many places. So the formula to find the volume of a sphere is 4/3 pi r cubed. So this time, instead of squaring the radius, we're going to cube the radius. So if I begin here with my first example, we'll write volume equals 4/3 pi radius to the third power. Okay? So when I do that, we'll write volume equals 4/3 times 3.14. And then my radius in this problem, r equals 5. So that's going to be 5 to the third power. Okay? So when I come over here to my calculator, what I'm going to type is 4 and then use my division key, 4 divided by 3 to make my fraction. So 4/3 times 3.14. Then I'm going to multiply that by 5. Now, look for the caret key. The caret key is that key right above the division symbol. That's going to give you the exponent of 3. All right? So my answer there is 523 with 3 repeating. So my volume is going to be 523.3. Okay? So that is my volume for the first one. If I look over at the next one, again, I begin with my basic formula. Volume equals 4/3 pi radius cubed, or radius to the third power. So, of course, that means it's going to be, in this case, 11 times 11 times 11. Okay? So, we have 4/3 times 3.14, and then times 11 to the third power. Okay? So when I go back to my calculator, 4 divided by 3 gives me the fraction, times 3.14, then times 11, and again, go to your division go right above your division symbol. There's the caret key. Press the caret key, and then you can type the exponent 3. And there's your answer, 5,572.45 with 3 repeating. So we're going to round to the 10th position. So that's going to give me an answer of 5,572.5. So that's how you find the volume of a sphere. Now let's go over and look at what we call the volume of a hemisphere. And you see a picture of a hemisphere in the upper right-hand corner over there. And a hemisphere is simply half of a sphere. Hemi means half. So you put that together with sphere, you have half of a sphere. And if you can remember that, it's going to make the volume of a hemisphere really easy for you. So here's some examples of hemispheres. The Earth has a northern and a southern hemisphere, and an eastern and a western hemisphere. Your brain also has 2 hemispheres, the left brain and the right brain. So your brain has 2 hemispheres. So if you look here, the way we're going to find the volume of a hemisphere is to find the volume of a sphere first and then divide it by 2. because remember, hemi means half. So we have to divide it by 2 to get half of that original volume. So if we begin here, we'll begin with volume equals 4/3 pi times the radius to the third power. So we have 4/3 times 3.14. Now my radius here is 9.4, and that's going to be to the third power. So again, I'll come over here to my calculator. And I get 3477.378374. So I'm going to round that to the 10th position. So 3477.4. Okay, so I found the volume of the sphere. Now I'm just going to divide it by 2. And that gives me 1,738. And if I round it to the 10th position, it'd be 1,738.7. All right, so that is my volume of that first hemisphere. Now, if I look at the hemisphere next to it, again, we start with the same formula. Volume equals 4/3 pi radius to the third power. So my radius here is 3.1. So come over here to my calculator. Same thing. 4/3 times 3.14 times 3.1 raised to the third power. And that gives me 124.724987. So 124.7. And then hemisphere, so half of that sphere divided by 2. So that's going to give you there 62.4. All right, everybody. So that's all there is today to spheres and hemispheres. What I have for you to do today is this assignment. It's called Volume of Spheres. So the first 4 are going to be spheres, and then the next 4 are hemispheres. And all of them have radiuses, so you don't have to worry about dividing that diameter by 2 to find your radius. Just use the number, plug it into the formula, and find your answer. So have a great day. If you need additional help, I'm on Google Meet, and I will have something else for you on Friday. Have a wonderful Thursday, everybody. Goodbye.